This costs about $500, and right now it's one of the most dangerous scenes in the sky. Not $100 million helicopter, not a trained pilot, just a piece of plastic with duct tape. And here is the crazy part. These cheap drones are starting to do our job better than we do. I fly a 12-ton combat helicopter and I've seen this happening in real missions. So today I will show you why a 35 million attack helicopter is struggling to survive and what drones are doing in Ukraine right now. But stick around, because later in this video I will reveal the one fatal weakness these drones have and the insane new mission human pilots are doing right now to protect our cities. Let's talk about range. Right now Ukrainian middle strike drones are easily flying 200 kilometers behind the front line. They hit logistics, air defense and stream its life in HD to the operator. For a helicopter pilot, flying 200 kilometers past the zero line is just suicide. To go that deep, you have to cross multiple layers of air defense. A Mi-8 or an Apache has a massive radar signature. We are loud, heavy and hot. But a drone? It's plastic and carbon. It flies at 100 kilometers per hour, hugging the terrain invisible to radar. And it doesn't need fuel to combat. The mess is just against us now. So we figured out how to survive in the dirt. But surviving is only half the job. The real nightmare starts when we actually have to pull the trigger, and this is where drones are making us look completely outdated. So what is my reality today? As an attack pilot, my maximum working depth is maybe 4 to 8 kilometers near the enemy territory. Go further and you are dead. To survive even those 4 kilometers, we fly at 15 feet off the ground, literally scraping the dirt. When we pop up to shoot, we face a massive tactical problem. Let me give you an example. Recently I came back from a mission thinking it was a quiet flight. I did my job low and I got out low. But then our drone recon guys showed me a video. While I was turning away from the target, the Russians had fired 2 man-pads right at my tail. I didn't even know it. But because I learned to shoot my rockets by pitching up, without ever flying higher than 35 or maybe 40 meters, the missiles lost tracking and slammed into the ground. And the best part, our FPV operators saw their launch flash and sent kamikaze drone straight into that Russian position. I basically worked as a live bait. But here is how crazy this war has become. In the past, when I reached the top of my shooting maneuver, I would always dump heat flares, just in case a man-pads was waiting for me. I don't do that anymore. Why? Because today I fear FPV drones more than missiles. If I drop flares now, I light up like a massive fireworks display. I give away my exact position to every drone operator looking down from the sky. So now, to hide from drones, I have to stop defending against missiles. You have to pick your poison. And while you are doing all of this, Russian Su-35 jets are still trying to shoot you from 150 kilometers away. You are dodging threats you can't even look at. And then there are the weapons. Drones aren't just crashing into things anymore. Recently, a Ukrainian drone fired S-5 unguided rockets at ground targets, exactly what a helicopter does, and just flew home. I will explain why shooting these rockets at night is a pilot's worst nightmare. But remember that fatal drone weakness I mentioned? We are getting closer to it. Let me tell you what shooting unguided rockets at night actually means for a pilot. You are flying in pitch black. You wear heavy night vision goggles. Your field of view is basically zero, like looking through 2 toilet paper tubes. You pop up to 1.5 kilometers to shoot. The moment you do, tracers fly at your windshield. Your warning systems scream. You aim, fire and dive back down before you get shot out of the sky. Your heart is at 180 beats per minute. A drone? It just hovers on a thermal camera, it doesn't sweat, it doesn't have a heartbeat. If a $500 machine is cheaper, invisible to radar and doesn't feel fear, why do we still put humans in $35 million helicopters? The answer is invisible, and it's the only thing keeping us in the sky. You might think the $35 million helicopter is the expensive part. No, it's the meat in the cockpit. It takes years and millions to train a pilot. When I strap into the Mi-8, my actual flesh and blood are on the line. I feel the heavy vibration in my teeth. I smell the aviation fuel. Every G-force pulls at my body. If a missile locks onto me, my adrenaline spikes because my life is about to end if I make a wrong move. An FPV operator? You train a gamer in 3 weeks. He sits in a bunker. If his drone gets shot down, he unplugs the battery, opens a new box, drinks his energy drink, and launches another one. His pulse doesn't even jump. But drones have one fatal weakness: electronic warfare. When a drone flies into a heavy jamming zone, its screen turns to static. It loses GPS, goes blind, and falls like a brick. It needs a signal. When that same electronic warfare hits my helicopter, my GPS dies too. The digital screens glitch. Sometimes our radios go completely silent. But I don't fall. I just look out the window, grab a paper map on my knee, and navigate by rivers and roads at 250 km per hour. For Ukrainian pilots, that's just a normal Tuesday. You can jam a microchip, but you can't jam a pilot's brain. The human brain is our biggest advantage, but with the front lines heavily guarded by drone swarms, our job had to evolve. We are no longer just the prey, we became the hunters. So, is the attack helicopter dead? Hell no. We still fly those crazy low-level strike missions every day. We are still striking Russian ground targets, dodging missiles at 15 feet off the deck. But our job got bigger. Now we also work as air defense. We hunt down the long-range kamikaze drones like the Shahed. And hunting a Shahed isn't like a dodge fight in a movie. These things fly low and at night. We get a radar vector, fly into the dark, and look for a black triangle moving at 180 km per hour. My dual gunner hands out the sight with a heavy machine gun, strapped in, shooting a flying bomb. It's raw, mechanical warfare. We are the attackers at the zero line and the drone hunters at home. On paper, against the enemy with one of the biggest armies in the world, we shouldn't exist. But wars aren't won on paper, they are won by the people in the cockpit. Like my friend said, we will fight with old helicopters, we will fight with new helicopters, and if we have to, we will fight without helicopters. Because we have no other choice but to fight for our homeland. What do you guys think? Will there ever be a day when combat aviation is 100% drones with zero humans in the cockpit? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, Slava Ukraini, I will see you in the next one.